Hi there, my name is Sahara. I'm 28 years old and I dated dozens and dozens of guys over the last 10 years until I finally found my husband after much frustration and heartbreak. So I want to share what I learned over the last 10 years to hopefully help someone else who could potentially be in the situation that I found myself in. Really struggling to find my life partner, my person. So I've been married now for 6 months now, and it's definitely been the best season of my life. My dream was always to get married in my early 20s and to start my family young. So I always was dating, trying to find my life partner and to get married. So that's where a lot of the frustration was, because I feel like I was having a really hard time finding people who were also looking for that, especially in early 20s. Some advice that I wish I had 10 years ago when I first started dating. Tip number one that I wish someone would have told me 10 years ago when I first started dating at like 19. 10 years ago when I was 19, I started dating. I did not date in high school, which honestly I'm glad about, because I feel like that would have just added to the heartaches that I already had over my 10 years of dating. So I would say for dating, to try and find your life partner, is think of dating as a business opportunity. So think of it as, what do I want to buy and what is that person trying to sell? So for me, like, I wanted to get married, I wanted to have a family, I wanted someone who lined up with my morals, who had some similar interests, you know, like, the list wasn't super long. I feel like it was pretty, someone who's just like a genuinely good person, you know, these qualities. And I feel like it ended up being hard to come by because I was so just naive in dating, and I always just had this attitude that things will work out for the best no matter what, which they did. Don't get me wrong, they did work out for the best, but I could have saved myself so much heartache if I had just considered dating as like a business opportunity instead of, oh, la-di-da, like, I'll just hang out with this person and get my heart attached, and then, oh, actually we don't line up with what we want, so it is, doesn't work out. It's very sad. It takes like a hit to my confidence. And this was just like a pattern that I had over and over, and I really wish that I had been more upfront right away with each person and being like, this is what I'm looking for, what are you looking for? Which honestly, people always talk badly about like online dating, but in that regards, online dating is great because you can put it on your profile exactly what you're looking for, just super upfront. I'm looking for a serious relationship, I'm wanting to get married, I want to have a family, like whatever, just really lay it out on there. And then everyone who will pursue you online will most likely also be looking for those exact same things. So it saves a lot of awkward like initial conversations where it's like, oh, so are you like looking to get married? And they're like, oh, no, I'm not really interested in that. I'm interested more in like open relationships or something, you know, like just kind of waste both of your time. Whereas online dating, you can like, your first chats on there can just be like, oh, so what are you looking for? And they can be like, oh, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z. And you're like, oh, no way, me too. That's great. So maybe let's meet up, we can chat, see how we like each other in person. And it's like the basics are already kind of, you're already on the same page about what you're looking for. So I feel like that saves a lot of time, and that would have, the amount of dates I went on, that was just, they were not looking for the same thing as me at all. And I was just kind of so willy-nilly with it, and I wasted myself so much time and so much like heartache because I would get to know these guys and they'd be super nice and fun and like we'd get along really good, and then I don't know, it's kind of awkward, you know, like, oh, so what are you looking for? Like you're kind of just thinking, oh, it'll work out like how it's supposed to work out, and then like however long into getting to know each other, it's like, oh, actually, I'm not looking for something serious. And then you're like, what am I doing? You know? And also, like, when guys like share with you what they want or what they're looking for, don't try to change their mind. Like, take everything they say as solid words. Like, they're being super, like, let people be who they are. Don't try and change who they are. Because, again, you'll save yourself so much heartache and so much frustration in dating if you just let everyone completely be themselves. And if you're like, that doesn't line up with what I'm looking for, next. Okay? Don't linger with these people that don't line up with you. Don't date long distance. Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule, but I dated a lot long distance because in my early 20s, I was traveling a lot, and pretty much the way that I met new people was often through traveling or like doing different programs that were abroad. And yeah, none of them ever worked out. Like, and again, so much heartache because it's just, you're trying to get to know this person long distance, and it's really difficult and ultimately not worth it, because dating, I think, should be super fun and lighthearted, with also being upfront with like what you're looking for and what they're looking for, but also fun, right? Like, you're just getting to know each other, it should be fun. But then when you're long distance, it's like you have to be planning everything, and like it can be fun too, but it just adds an extra difficulty that I found really hard. And my husband, one of the few people I dated that was not long distance, and it really made such a huge difference because you can just plan stuff last minute, make it super fun, like super lighthearted. Whereas like when you're long distance, everything has to be planned out, and it's like so much pressure. You have to travel, you have to like schedule your calls and like all this stuff. So I'm gonna talk about how to get over breakups, because I went through quite a few breakups that were really, really heartbreaking for me. And I actually ended up doing a lot of research about psychology of breakups and what's like the best thing to do for your brain to help you move on. So my tips for getting over a breakup is, once you break up with the person, potentially there could be like unfinished business with it, you know, like that maybe you would need to talk again later. But I would say try and give yourself at least 1 month. Better though is like 3 months of completely no contact. Do not talk to them. All the photos, messages that you have of them on your phone, put them away. Like, I have an iPhone, it has a hidden like photo album. Put all the photos and memories of them into your photo album, so your phone's not like, oh, check out this memory, and like their face is popping up on your phone. All their, like, if you have them on Instagram or whatever, you can temporary block their account, so like their stuff's not popping up on your account. Don't check their account. What you need to do is, your brain works as like a computer, so like what you put forward to your eyes, your ears, all your senses, your brain will look at that as something that's important, the more you show it to yourself, right? So if you're able to completely cut this off from triggering memories and thoughts about them, the way quicker you'll get over it, okay? So I would say the first day after you break up, I know it is literally excruciating going through a breakup. So give yourself a day or two, you know, to really feel your feelings, because obviously that's healthy as well to just let yourself feel that. But after that, get rid of everything that reminds you of them, and then you need to fill your schedule. Hang out with friends, start working on your hobbies, whatever you're interested. Be working full time. Get a pet, or I don't know, maybe don't get a pet because you're not maybe in the best like mental place, but and then also when you're with your friends, don't keep talking about the person, like just try and wipe them from, don't talk to them or anything for at least, I would say, 1 to 3 months. And then like, and also tell them this, you know, because maybe they'll be trying to reach out to you, be like, hey, I need some space for at least 1 month, maybe more, and then if we need to talk further about things, we can, but I just need to take this space to, you know, remove yourself from this situation so you can get a better perspective on things. And because otherwise you're just in like a very vulnerable place if you don't give yourself enough time. So, and also I would not say start dating right away, because the problem that I found with that is, sure, like if you meet someone super nice and it works out, that's amazing, right? But like if you meet someone and you end up really liking them, whatever, and it doesn't work out a second time, which that happened to me, it hurts way more the second time, and it becomes more of like a self-esteem issue, because I felt like, what's wrong with me that I have these continual breakups that are you just need to make sure you're completely healed before you move on to the next person, because otherwise it just stockpiles into this like really painful, because I just felt like I had such a positive outlook on dating, and I'm like, I just need to put myself out there, and like eventually my person, like I'll find them, like I believed in like fate and like everything will work out, which I don't not believe in that, but I also feel like I put myself out there way more than I should have. Babe?
Yeah?
Why are you sneaking around?
I didn't want to interrupt your video.
Completely heal before putting yourself back out there, because it's a battlefield out there. I think also some of the best ways to meet people is through friends. So the more you can put yourself out there in making like friendships, like in groups, and those people can introduce you to their friends, I feel like that's a super great way to meet people. Babe, can you come make a cameo in this? Since it's essentially about you.
It's about me. I will.
This is my husband Max that I waited 10 years of awful dating for. Thank you for being here.
10 years.
It was.
But you learned a lot.
Actually, honestly, it was more like 8 years, because we've been together for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Also, I would say, once Max and I started dating, I knew right away that Max was my person. So I feel like the whole thing that's like, when you know, that's totally a thing. So,
yeah.
I guess trust your intuition. If you're like, oh, I feel kind of off about this person.
Yeah.
It's probably right.
It's definitely some truth to that.
Would you say that you felt like that?
Yeah. I mean, given my previous situation to now, like there's right from the beginning, there's a stark difference. Like we were way more compatible and like way more. I feel like our
goals aligned.
Yeah. Whereas in my case, my previous relationship, there wasn't any of that sort of compatibility necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I got filing to go do. Organization.
Yeah. Thank you. Can you check, is it even recording still?
No, do you want me to hit record?
Is it not?
No, it's recording.
Okay. Don't scare me. So anyway, if you're like me and you've been dating for many years and having a really hard time, don't give up hope. Invest in yourself. Honestly, is number one. Invest in yourself. Still, like, feel great about yourself and your life. Only date people who have the same goals as you and are interested in the same future as you. Let people be who they are and who they show you they are. Don't try and change them or convince yourself that they don't mean what they say, because they do. You're beautiful. You're completely worth an utmost amount, and if you have it on your heart that you want to be married and find your person, that is amazing and good, and don't give up on that.